God.
Those savages are threatening our whole operation.
See, I'm something of a
big fucking hard hero. Little fight meal. I like that.
You in my house, motherfucker!
You've called out the thunder. Now, get ready for the boom!
What's up, savages? Back for the Friday edition. No PFL to break down this week. We do have a big UFC card this weekend. I'm looking forward to that, man. How about you?
Fight night. Can't wait.
UFC from Calgary.
Oh, my God. It's a pretty loaded card for a fight night, that's for sure.
Not sure why I went with the Irish voice on the Canadian card, but whatever.
I mean, I'm not really sure. I can't do a Canadian voice. I mean, so...
fucking Calgary, eh?
Go to Timmy Hortons, eh?
Oh, give me Tim Hortons, eh? Give me some cup of coffee and a donut.
Donut, eh? All right, this is going to be a fucking awesome Fox card. I'm super pumped about it.
Yeah, man, it's going to beat last week's card to fucking death.
Last week's card sucked, and it bored the shit out of me. Like, it was basically like taking NyQuil.
Man, all I know is we love fights. We love our Canadian friends.
Exactly.
I don't know how it could get much better, man.
This is a fantastic card, pretty much all the way through.
Alvarez versus Poirier, that's a hell of a fight.
Alvarez versus Poirier is a pay-per-view like headliner most of the time. That's going to be a spectacular fight.
Yeah, I mean, usually Alvarez or Poirier, two guys of caliber.
Yeah, these are guys that literally probably should be right in the thick of a championship hunt, but because of the UFC being politically fucked up with their Conor McGregor shit, Poirier's probably there, but they deserve to be right there, like a Khabib match.
So have you heard some more news on that Conor and Khabib thing?
Not particularly. I know Conor reached a plea deal yesterday.
I'd like to thank me fans.
Fuck off, Conor.
So Conor and Khabib are going to fight. It's pretty much a done deal. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember who I read. They're targeting. I think UFC I read is targeting the fight for October, and Khabib wants it to be. I think the fight's in November. Madison Square Garden's what Khabib wants. But
Khabib,
yeah,
that's what it was.
Yeah, UFC wants it September. And
Khabib wants the same time, same place. He wants to fight at the location of where the incident went down, I believe.
It's pretty gangster, man.
I think it's very gangster. I think they should fight right in the parking lot.
Backstage brawl like those old WWF matches.
Let's let them banging out like the old school WWE matches.
Remember, even on the video game back in the day, you could just drag dudes out of the ring and into the back arena.
Yeah, that's why wrestling lost its pop. It's because they stopped doing shit like that.
Oh man, wrestling's so disappointing right now.
I haven't watched in a couple of months, man. I'm hate to say it, but I definitely can't watch it anymore.
I'm pretty off of it now, man. I'll tell you something interesting I listened to this week though. Is Stone Cold's podcast. I listen to it depending on who the guest is. I'm in and out of it. But he had the Cormier on this week.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and it was actually, pretty insightful for a lot of things. It was pretty interesting. He's saying that he's pretty much saying that Stipe deserves a rematch, but he's not going to get it because DC wants a money fight because this is his last fight.
Yeah. I mean, Stipe's not going anywhere. He'll get it back. It's okay.
Yeah, Stipe's not going anywhere. And to be fair with Gustafsson bitching out like he did you hear the extent of his injury?
No.
And they didn't say what it was, but he's like, it's a minor injury. I'll be ready to go in a week or two.
Oh, come on, Alexander.
That sounds like his pussy was sore. I mean, come on, man.
Had some lady problems? Is that what you're trying to say?
As what it sounds like, man. He's just ducking people, but
I mean, I don't think he wants to fight anyone unless it's like for a number one contenders fight, which I understand. He deserves that, but I don't like the fact that you pull out with a minor injury just so you don't have to fight on the card.
I mean, I don't remember. Who all did they offer up to him? Was it anybody else?
All I remember was Anthony Smith. I don't remember anybody else.
I mean, yeah, that's understandable why he wouldn't want that fight, though.
I think Gustafson's better than Anthony Smith. I don't think he should have to fight guys like Anthony Smith.
I don't think Anthony Smith deserves to fight a guy like Gustafson. I mean,
absolutely not. He's got to work his way up the ladder.
I get what he was doing, though. I would have probably done the same thing in that spot.
Oh, yeah. Capitalizing on an opportunity, plus he was full of adrenaline, so he was just like, hey, let's get it.
Yeah, but, yeah, Cormier said that he was talking about the fight with Stipe. He said Stipe didn't hit as hard as he thought he would. That he hit hard, obviously, but he said that the hardest he's ever been hit, the only time he's ever been in a fight and a guy hit him, and he was like, holy fuck, this guy hits hard, was Dan Henderson.
I feel like Stipe wasn't all there in the fight. Like, he just didn't seem like Stipe that we know and love. He seemed a little off on that night. I don't know what it was, but he just didn't seem like his normal self.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a lot before that fight about Stipe should probably just keep his distance. And
I just think it was DC's night. I mean, if we're just being honest.
I mean, yeah, but Stipe gave his advantage away. Like, he gave his size away by pushing towards DC like he did.
Yeah, you also never want to drop your hands when you're leaving a clinch.
Yeah, I mean, props to DC and his coaches. They obviously caught that.
Absolutely.
But, yeah, it was pretty interesting listening to him talk about possibly going to WWE at some point. No, I mean, you know, as like a one-off or a part-time, because he's a huge WWE fan.
Yeah, I'd say he will at some point. Yeah, he probably will.
I mean, that would be fun for him. I'd do that. Yeah. I'd do it if I was in his situation.
Yeah, I think a lot of UFC fighters are going to jump into the WWE because of Ronda Rousey. I'm sure.
Yeah, man, and that's I just can't.
Sure to water
I just
down
can't
the
deal with it.
Yeah, it'll probably make it worse.
I can't deal with it right now.
Hell no.
So, did you watch any of that? You watched that Contender Series this week? I know you've got Fight Pass now.
Finally did. Finally.
It took you a few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because it's Dana White's Contender Series. I was like, I don't want to give this fuck any props. I'm not trying to watch his show. So it was probably a lot to do with that. But when I finally sat down to watch it, I was highly entertained. The fights were great on Tuesday. I can't remember the guy's name. Let me look it up real quick, because there was one fight where I was just blown away by.
Now, Nick Newell, the one-arm guy, fought on this card, didn't he?
Yeah, he got wrecked. So
well, I guess he's more like a 1.5-arm guy.
He's more like 1.5. Like, he's not truly missing his whole entire arm. Like, he just has like a half nub, which has some benefits and it has pros and cons. Because he has this like really impressive choke he can put down with like his like nub hand.
Yeah.
But like the right body is basically up for grabs because he can't protect himself, which is what scares people about him, because he can't protect his right side. So like, you know, fighters are gonna take advantage of that on a constant basis, and they did. Yeah, man.
I didn't watch it, but
he has a lot of grit, man. He's got a lot of grit.
When you're watching it, are you more like pulling for the guy, or is it just like you're watching a circus sideshow? I mean, is it that, or?
No, he's a legit fighter. I mean, it's kind of tough to watch him fight because you can tell the discrepancy and disadvantage that he has.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting situation.
He's a beast, though, man. Like he's a tough. But the problem is he was fighting against an absolute stud and a alpha male guy in Alex Munoz.
Oh, those alpha male guys are on another level right now, man.
Yeah, he wrecked him, man. Like, it was the dominant fighting. And Munoz is the wrestling coach, like the predominant wrestling coach for alpha male. So you know he's gonna be a beast.
Oh, the dude Nick Newell was fighting was.
Yeah. Yeah, he was like the coach. He's the wrestling coach for Alpha Male.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, so and he's 4-0 in the octagon. So like, I think he got a contract. There were 3 contracts handed out. So you had no, he did not get a contract, not yet. Who got contract?
The Munoz guy that you're talking about didn't get a contract.
Yeah, no, he didn't, but I'm sure he will soon. So the first fight of that was this kid named Chase Hooper. I think he was either 18 or 29. He's very young, he's a teenager. Kanan Kauai. And Kauai had never left, like all of his fights, I think for his whole entire career had never left like a minute or something like that. Like it was something insane. Like he actually fought more in this fight than he has like his entire career minutes-wise. And it showed, too, because he gassed the fuck out after the first round. The Hooper kid got I don't know what it exactly was, but it's kind of like a developmental league contract. It was funny, too, because he was like, man,
that's the same thing they gave to Greg Hardy.
Right. And, like, it was funny, too, because Hooper was like, oh, man, I don't have to worry about money anymore. And Paul Felder was like, bro, you're always going to have to worry about money. He's like, that's your development. He's not going to be much, bro.
Yeah, so, man, that's what they gave Greg Hardy as a developmental contract.
Right. And then I think Jeff Hughes and Joshua Pelt fought, and I believe Jeff Hughes is Stipe's, one of Stipe's training partners.
Oh, okay.
And Josh Appel is actually like he's like an alpha male guy too, and he got beat. He got knocked the fuck out. It was a very impressive knockout. He punched him right on the bridges, like he hit him with an uppercut right on the bridge of the nose. It was nasty. He probably broke it. I'm pretty sure he broke it. And this dude, Mike Davis, and so I need you to find this highlight of this fight email because the first round was one of the best fights of the whole entire year in UFC. The first round was extremely exciting. It was Mike Davis, who's never been beat. He's knocked out every opponent he'd ever fought versus Super Sadiq Yusuf, who is from Nigeria. So you got another Nigerian stud.
Sadiq
Yusuf. This dude is a straight savage, dude. He embarrassed Mike Davis. He like damn near broke his leg because he hit him with so many vicious legs. And this dude is right on the same Usman, Israel Adesanya. Like he's another Nigerian problem. This dude could be a legitimate championship contender. Like that's how good he was.
Man, so
he got a contract.
I'm rolling through the Team Alpha Male page.
Oh,
and
stacked, bro. They're stacked.
It's stacked, but this brings me 2 things I want to tell you here.
Mm-hmm.
Do you realize Lance Palmer is an Alpha Male guy?
Did not know that.
He's been beasting Pro Fight League.
I did not know that. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I remember they said that.
Yeah, and also, Andre Touchy-Feely's an Alpha Male guy.
Yeah, that's actually pretty surprising.
And Andre Touchy-Feely has dropped a new track.
What?
He's a rapper, homie.
Oh, Jesus. I did not know that, and I'm kind of happy I didn't. I'm pretty sure I'm going to say pretending like I don't know that.
And I'm going to tell you it's actually pretty decent.
I
listened to it this morning. Your Eye Faber posted it on Instagram. It's actually pretty decent. I was surprised, man.
Was it better or worse than Cole Beasley of the Dallas Cowboys?
Oh, easily better. Not as good as Dame, but
oh man, I bet, if we're talking about athletes that are phenomenal rappers, Damian Lillard is legit as fuck.
Damian Lillard is probably the best out there.
He's heads and shoulders, knees and toes the best. His rap songs are actually like on par with real rappers. Like he's a really good musician.
Man, I'll kick it old school on you. I actually thought the Allen Iverson album was pretty decent.
I mean, Allen Iverson can do no wrong. That's my boy.
I had the album. Was it 14 bars?
Something like that, yeah.
I liked it, man. I thought it was pretty decent.
He's a killer.
Literally.
One of the greatest of all time.
Oh, for sure. You think it's time to jump into this fight card?
Yeah, we'll get to it. Let's go ahead and jump into it right now. We'll start with the prelims?
We'll just pick and choose here. Anything on the early prelims that catches your eye?
The only one I saw, like, off of just kind of glancing at it, is I want to see what Hakeem Mean Duwadu from Canada does against Austin Arnett. Because Duwadu looks like a beast.
Yeah, dude, just looking at his picture, he looks like a monster. I've not actually seen the guy fight, I don't believe.
He looks I don't. Let me go look at his past results.
He fought on UFC Fight Night. Oh no, that's his upcoming fight. He fought on UFC Fight Night Verdun versus Volkov on Fight Pass. So no, I did not watch that. That's his only UFC fight.
He lost by submission.
That's his only loss. Well, actually, he didn't lose. Then it got changed to a no contest.
Oh, okay.
Because he's 7-0-1 currently.
Okay, so yeah, I want to see him fight. I'm excited to see him. Anybody on your end? Jordan Mean looks kind of good too.
To tell you the truth, the early prelims draw more interest for me. I like watching Ronda Marcos fight.
Oh yeah. Oh, and Ross Pearson and John McDessie. That's
what I was going to say. What an old school fight there, man. Those two, both of those dudes have been fighting for a while.
The Quiet Storm, Ronda Marcos versus Nina Onsaroff. Yeah, that'll be nice.
That'll be a pretty solid match right there, man. That catches my eye, and both of those fights catch my eye. Dustin Ortiz, we got 9 versus 12 actually here. Dustin Ortiz versus Mateus Nicolau. I
don't think I can cheer for Devin Powell. Look at his picture. He's got a fucking tattoo on his last name across his fucking chest. So thanks.
Jesus, that's terrible.
I think that's one of the worst tattoos you can get. Like it's definitely like top 10.
The worst is on your back, and I've got a good friend that has that on his back, and I give him shit for it all the time.
Yeah, I would give him shit constantly, no doubt.
This opening fight of the Fox prelims, this light heavyweight fight, intrigues me.
Oh, the
Antigolov
versus
the fucking Hulk.
Okay.
And the dude looks like a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, Ion Kutalaba from Moldova. Yeah, he looks like a stud.
He just looks like a fucking serious fucking dude.
The dude that's ranked is Antigolov.
Yeah, Kutalaba's coming off of a win versus Henrik da Silva.
Apparently, Antigolov is a submission specialist.
I'll tell you this much. I'm looking at Kutalaba right now. His 2 losses are to Jared Cannonier and Misha Serkinov.
Yeah.
So, he has credible losses.
Significant strikes. He lands a lot of shots.
He's
probably going to try to put this into sleep.
Yeah, these are 2 dudes that are opposite. Look to be very opposite stylistically.
They're very opposite styles from what I gather. It's going to be a fun fight. I'm looking forward to it.
If I had to throw money on this one, not have watching either of these guys, there seems to be a trend that when a great striker fights a great wrestler, the great wrestler wins.
Typically, unless the wrestler gets caught and gets put to sleep.
Which does happen. That's how Conor got where Conor is.
Exactly.
But, yeah, for some reason, it just seems like the wrestler usually wins.
It's true. I mean, tactically, yes, unless they get caught sleeping.
All right. So
jump into the main card. I'm super pumped about this.
We'll jump into the main card. We'll make our predictions here. We're going to start something new. We're going to start a little contest here. I'm going to start writing these down and tracking our wins and losses here.
Yeah, let's keep it tally so we can still talk to each other about it.
Most definitely. So, opening up the main card on Fox, 8 p.m. on Fox. Got to remember it's an early card. Because Fox always is, and it's always 4 fights. But what a kickoff fight, man. The Canadian Gangster.
I was about to ask you, when the fuck did they start calling him the Canadian Gangster? I've never heard this before.
Do you not remember his post-fight after that Evan Dunham fight?
No, I don't remember. What did he call himself, the Canadian Gangster?
Yeah, remember he had that stupid mustache too,
yeah.
And he said something like
trash stash.
What I forget what all he said, but it was something like, "I fight, I cry. I'm not afraid to cry. I am a Canadian gangster."
I like him.
It was funny, and it like he was being genuine. Like he's like, "I'm a real dude."
He struggles with speaking, kind of like GSP does.
Yeah, he's on a 4-5 win streak. In UFC, he's undefeated. Yeah, he's undefeated in UFC.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's not. He's got way more fights than I thought he did.
He has 2 losses on his record. I don't know how many losses he has.
They're both in UFC. One was in the Ultimate Fighter finale against. He lost to Chad LaPrise. And his other fight was a unanimous decision loss to Diego Ferreira.
And he's fighting super prospect and part-time douchebag Alexander Hernandez.
Full-time douchebag.
Yeah, full-time. I mean, I really fucking hated the way he went about his first fight was bullshit. I mean, you don't come out and act like you're touch gloves with someone and then throw a fucking spinning back kick.
That's the shittiest thing I've ever. I won't go as far as ever, but that's one of the shittiest things I've ever seen. And
it's just a fuckboy move, man. Like, be respectful of your opponent, and like if you're gonna put, and I just thought it was like a coward move.
Yeah, I mean, it was, man. That was bullshit.
Can't do shit like that, man.
I'm sure it's his game plan, but if he did that shit to me, I'd lose my cool, and I'd probably lose the fight because of it.
Yeah, I might lose the fight, and I might also fight him after the fucking fight's ended. I don't like that shit.
Yeah, so I'm going to pick Olivier Aubin-Mercier because I can't pick this douchebag, Alexander the Great douchebag Hernandez.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought. I know it's horrible analysis, but hey, sometimes you got to go with a guy who's not a douchebag.
No, yeah, I agree on that one.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons. One, I mean, it's in Canada, so you know Olivier is not going out like a bitch in his own home country.
I would hope not. He's looked remember that last fight he won with that vicious liver kick?
You want to talk about a sports drought? I got to lay this on you because this is fucking hilarious. I think it was like 1958 because you know how the Canadian Open in golf is this week?
Oh, yeah.
I think it's been since 1958 since the Canadian has won this event, and they've had it every year since.
Are you sure about that?
It's a drought, my friend. Yeah, I'm 100% sure.
Who's the good Canadian golfer? Mike Weir? He never won?
He got close, then he choked.
Fuck.
Yeah, the best guys, like right now are like Adam Hadwin, Mackenzie Hughes. There's some dude on the fucking amateur tour, like Plot almost beat DJ a couple of years ago. But yeah, like they have. You want to talk about a drought? That's a fucking drought, son.
Phew, that's brutal, man.
Yeah, how would you like to go on that drought? That's rough.
I wouldn't like that shit at all.
And
the Canadian golfer we like the best, Graham Delatte, is out again, having another surgery.
He's back up, man. He's out for a year.
He's having surgery again.
I like Hadwin though. I think Hadwin's a beast.
I doubt a Canadian wins it.
No, I did DraftKings this week, and I did pepper in some Canadians into my lineup just in case the crazy ass storyline did happen because nobody's picking Canadians.
No.
I did. But that's just me. So how about on a scale through 1 through 10, are you about this fight right now, coming up, like Joanna and Tisha? Because I'm fucking elated about this.
These last 3 fights, I'm probably at a 10 on all 3 of these fights, man.
I'm at a high fucking 11 right now. Let's get it.
Tisha has been a monster lately.
Yeah. And Joanna is like gonna fight like hell to get her belt back. I mean, I know she lost 2 times to Rose, but you know she's not gonna go out like that.
I mean, they'll give her a 3rd fight.
Oh yeah, they'll give her a 3rd fight. She's the only competition, and she's clearly way better than everybody else.
And how good was that last fight?
It was awesome.
It was back and forth. That's one of the best women's fights of all time.
We lost like the whole what was it, 3rd or 4th round stream issue.
Yeah. I don't remember what card that was on.
We weren't paying for it.
Yeah, that wasn't the best card though.
No, it wasn't. But this fight is going to be so nice. So nice.
Yeah, I mean, even right now, I'm kind of torn about which way to go with this thing.
I mean, if we're talking about trends, Tisha's trending up. Tisha's the one on the rise, and I mean, if we're being honest, as much as I hate to say it, because Joanna's one of my favorite fighters of all time.
Well, I mean, they're both coming off losses, though.
Yeah, but like Joanna's coming off of heartbreaking losses. Lost her belt, so you know she's hungry.
Yeah.
I can't pick. I mean, you already know where I'm going to go. I love Tisha Torres, but I cannot go against Joanna. I think she's like special.
You know, the only person recently that beat Tisha was...
Who did beat Tisha?
Oh, Jessica Andrade. Remember, that's the one where she was slamming her over and over.
Yeah, she got wrecked. I do remember that.
I'm not going to say it, but she's Brazilian, so you can take it from there.
Yeah, we're going to call juice on that. That's a juice alert.
Because Jesus, man, she was just like suplexing her all over the fucking place.
Speaking of juice alert, how excited! I'm like at a 20 on the fucking Paulo Costa. When you said that to me on Tuesday, I about shut down and was just contemplating how awesome that fight is going to be.
Somebody's going to sleep, man.
First round or 2nd round, someone's getting absolutely murdered.
Real quick. You know what? I'm going against the grain here, and I'm going to pick Tisha.
I like that.
Now, I'd say, and the way she wins is obviously with the takedown.
Oh, yeah. The only way she's going to win is if she takes down Joanna at a frequent pace. Because if they try to stand and strike, Joanna is she's just going to pick her apart.
You know, and while we're at it, does Kovalkiewicz get the next fight with Thug Rose?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
She dominated that last fight. I forget who she fought.
She deserves it.
But yeah, she was ranked number 2.
I assume that's probably what it's going to be.
Since Joanna's fighting Tisha here and not her fellow countrywoman, I would assume so.
I think so. I mean, give her a title shot. Somebody needs to fight Thug Rose.
So, what about Jose Aldo and Jeremy Stephens, man?
This is nuts, dude. What a card.
This is the co-main event.
This is like a fucking pay-per-view event.
It really is.
And it's free. How beautiful is that?
Yeah. Jose Aldo's lost 3 of 4, but it was twice to Max Holloway and once to Connor.
Yeah, those are like legend fights. So, I mean, you can't really knock him that far down the pedestal.
And before that, he was unfucking stoppable. Nobody thought he would ever lose.
Yeah, before McGregor hit him with that little bullshit knockout punch, like at the very, 10 seconds into the fight, he was literally unstoppable.
He was on Demetrius Johnson level of unstoppable.
Yeah, I never thought Aldo would lose. Like back in the day, like when I was watching him fight, I never thought he would lose because the guy was so polished and so clean and just so fucking spectacular in everything he did.
I mean, going back to his days in WEC, He had
was unbeatable.
He had won 10 straight title fights.
Yeah, he was the legend. He was, when I think of the WEC, I think Jose Aldo, like no doubt.
Yeah, and your Faber probably.
And Faber, yeah, Faber, and those guys scrapping. I mean, that was I love that fight league. By the way, I thought that was an awesome fight.
WEC had some good fights, man.
Yeah, I thought WEC was great. For
sure. And, I mean, even after he lost to Conor, he came back and took the title off Frankie Edgar.
Speaking of Frankie Edgar, did you hear the news?
I did. I don't know the date, but I know it's official.
I know the date. November 10th.
At Madison Square Garden?
Korean Zombie. I don't know exactly the location. I just know the date. November 10th. Korean Zombie. Frankie Edgar.
Do you know if it's a pay-per-view?
Go. It has to be. It has to be.
Well, if it's I'm only saying that because I know the November pay-per-views at Madison Square Garden.
I don't think it's in New York. I don't remember the city being New York. I can't remember where it was, though. It might be like a Fox card. It might be like one of these like big-time Fox cards like we have this weekend.
Oh, I'll tell you what card it's on. It's on a card with another fight that we forgot to talk about last week or earlier this week. It's at the UFC Fight Night 139. It's the 25th anniversary show.
Ooh. Okay.
UFC 1 was hosted November 12, 93 in Denver. So this is a return to where UFC 1 went down at 25 years ago.
Are they playing at the place the Nuggets play?
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
And also on that card is Platinum Mike Perry versus Cowboy Cerrone.
Oh man, they're gonna make this fight card's gonna be fun.
And that's a Fight Night card as well, by the way.
Holy shit! Wow. Okay, excited about that one.
Yeah, so that's a nice Fight Night too. Very nice.
You know who I'm excited about watching?
Who?
I'm ready for the Russian Goat Spider to fight again.
He's coming back, man.
I can't wait.
I don't remember when, but he's on I feel like you throw his name in here every week.
I do. Because he might be my favorite fucking fighter. If he fights like he did the first time he fought, every single time, he'll probably be my favorite fighter.
Every week you drop in a man. You know who I'd like to see fight?
That's right. He's my boy, man. The beat.
I'll tell you who I want to see fight, man.
Who's that?
Jose Aldo and Jeremy Stephens.
Oh, my God. Haven't these guys already scrapped before?
No, I don't think so, because Jeremy Stephens just moved weight classes.
They haven't fought? I thought they fought before. Let me look. I'm going to make sure.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't think they have, because if they would have, it would have been recently, because Stephens used to never get, like, excellent fights. So, yeah, you're right. These guys, my God, this is a dream matchup.
Remember, he went up a weight class.
Yeah, I remember.
And then he dropped back down. And since he dropped back down, he hasn't lost, I believe.
These are two dudes also that are small that can absolutely put you to fucking sleep.
Yeah, Stephens is coming off 2 Fight of the Nights versus Gilbert Melendez and Duho Choi in a row, and then the knockout of the night that he threw down on Josh Emmett and absolutely clocked him.
That's the beautiful thing about this is these two don't put on boring fights.
No, dude, Jose Aldo
must watch, must see. I mean, they're must see fighters.
He's probably the best pure boxer in the UFC.
I mean, Aldo is one of the greatest of all time. When he hangs it up, when he retires, I mean, you have to talk about him in the top. He's got to be in the top list. I don't know, like, exactly where, but, I mean, he's one of the best.
I mean, honestly, I would say he's the best featherweight of all time.
Yeah, I would say longevity-wise, absolutely, and the fact of who he fought, I think so.
I mean, we're talking about 9 straight title defenses.
Yeah, I mean, he got Connor, but I mean, whatever.
And we're talking about he defended the thing against Uriah Faber, Kenny Florian, Money Mendez twice, Frankie Edgar, Ricardo Lamas, Korean Zombie.
I mean, at the time, there was no that division was like one of the best. Like it was absolutely stacked.
Now he is up there in age now.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. Jesus, he's 31 years old.
Wow. Him and Jeremy Stevens both, like, we it seems like we've been watching.
Jose,
like, they got it. So
Jose Aldo has 30 career fights. Jeremy Stevens has 42. And Jeremy Stevens is 32 and Jose Aldo's 31. How is that possible? I feel like Jose Aldo is 40.
I mean, you would think he is because we've seen him fight since we were almost out of high school. Like, he's been fighting forever in the UFC.
Yeah. Jeremy Stevens, man, his power is back.
Jeez.
That's the thing is...
Ask Josh Emmett if his power is back.
Yeah, dude. Everybody thought Josh Emmett was headed, like, straight towards a title shot.
Yeah, Stevens ran that bitch right off the track.
That's the thing, man. Is Stevens' power hadn't shown up in a while, and now it's just back, and it's back in a big way. This is such a hard fight to pick.
This is a tough one.
You know what, man? I can't pick against Jose Aldo in this fight.
Man, I'm with you too. Fuck, we're gonna end up only having one fight to diagnose and be able to shit talk each other because we're gonna pick the same fucking dude.
I mean, I feel like as hot as Stevens is,
that's the reason why I want to pick Aldo, is because Stevens is on such a tear right now that I feel like Aldo's gonna gonna stop that. I feel like he's gonna ice him out.
I mean, I feel like Stevens is possibly better on the ground, but I don't think Stevens can get Aldo to the ground. Nobody can really take Aldo down. I mean, it's rare.
I mean, if he does, Aldo's just gonna pop right back up again.
I mean, how many times have we seen Jose Aldo on the ground, on his back? Not very often.
Not many, and when he is, he's not exactly being dominated either, because he's able to throw elbows from the ground. He's dangerous everywhere.
Yeah, man. I think this fight probably goes all 3 rounds.
Probably. I mean, it's gonna be hard to put Aldo to sleep. He can do it though.
I'll take Jose Aldo.
I'm taking Jose Aldo. So by decision, you think Jose?
Yeah, I'll call by decision.
I think it's gonna be a hell of a fight.
So, man, the main event, I'm glad this fight is the main event because this fight needs 5 rounds.
Oh, my God. Oh, Eddie Alvarez and Dustin Poirier. My God, this is going to be a war.
Here's another guy in Eddie Alvarez, like we just talked about Jose Aldo, that's going to go down as one of the greatest to ever do it.
Oh, my God. Before he got into the UFC, he was probably the greatest non-UFC fighter. Maybe up there. He's up there with fucking, who's he up there with?
I mean, we're talking about guys like Fedor.
Yeah, he's up there with Fedor. That's exactly, I was having a fucking mental breakdown right there. I couldn't think of fucking Fedor's name.
I mean, back in his days in Bellator, like, the only guy that was taking him out was Michael Chandler. And Michael Chandler could fight with anybody in the UFC.
Michael Chandler's a savage.
I mean, if you're throwing, any promotion out there, Michael Chandler is right in the title hunt at lightweight in any fucking,
anyone
promotion.
You pick any promotion, he'll be there.
Both these guys are coming off knockout wins of Justin Gaethje.
Which is no easy task.
Now, Alvarez's was more violent.
Oh, yeah, Alvarez's was Well, Alvarez was more violent, and Poirier's was more an accumulation of mammoth strikes that finally got the better of Gaethje. Wasn't it a kidney shot or like a body shot that finally ended it?
Yeah, it was.
It was a nasty one, too. I remember it was brutal.
Yeah, I mean, these guys have fought before, and
Yeah, it was a no contest because I can't remember what exactly happened, but someone could not continue.
illegal knees.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, Alvarez hit, I think it was 3 illegal knees into fucking Poirier's eye. It fucked his eye up bad.
That's right. These two are guaranteed violence.
These guys do not like each other either.
Love it. Hey, that just makes it all the more intriguing. That just makes the plot even more exciting.
Alvarez earlier this week called Poirier an undercard fighter.
Oh shit! Those are literal fighting words. Those are fighting words.
Yeah, that's
Damn.
something, man. Geez, this is going to be a brawl. It's going to be a stand and bang. No, neither one of these guys are probably going to take. I mean, Eddie Alvarez might take it to the ground, but I don't think it will. I think these guys have ill will, and you saw that on the feet.
Oh, this fight's going stand up for probably the whole way. I mean, if they don't like each other, they're talking shit about each other. It sounds like they're just going to try to knock each other out, which is going to make it just an extremely exciting fight.
Yeah, do you have a pick for this one?
Jesus Christ!
I'll let you do the honors.
This is going to be a tough one for me.
It is, man. It's a really even fight.
I mean, these two are essentially each other. They're the same person.
This is essentially the number 1 contender fight.
I
mean, Jose Aldo can claim it, but I don't know. I feel like this is the real number 1 contender fight at the moment.
I mean, yeah, these are the two dudes that honestly deserve it.
Yeah, whoever wins this fight's probably getting the win. No, I don't think so.
I think he would maul. I mean, don't you think he would maul these guys?
Yeah, I
think take it to the ground and just beat the fuck out of them. Like, yeah, that's really all.
I mean, the two guys that are ahead of these guys are Tony and Connor.
We talk about it
in the rankings, and Tony. We talk about it every week. Tony's not getting that fight. Connor is getting the fight.
Yeah, it's just a matter. They're just. I guarantee you right now, it's probably started yesterday. They are probably hashing out the details of when Khabib and Conor are going to fight each other, and they're going to break that news any day now. It's going to happen soon.
It's either going to be September or October.
I hope it's in September, but whatever. I mean, I'm excited about it either way.
Did Poirier ever fight Conor?
No, Poirier never fought Conor. Now, Alvarez
got straight starched by Conor.
Well, not kind of, because I remember the first round Alvarez dominated Conor, and then the second round came around and Conor stepped it up and just fucking he ended Eddie Alvarez pretty fucking savage. Like he savagely ended the fight.
You're thinking about the wrong fight, man.
Are you sure?
I think so.
I thought Eddie Alvarez took fucked up Conor in the first round.
Maybe he did.
I'll watch it again just to make sure.
No, dude, you're thinking about Chad Mendes.
Maybe
versus Conor.
So did Conor just absolutely wreck Alvarez? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, dude, he knocked him down multiple times in the first round.
Yeah, Alvarez didn't seem like himself though. Sometimes fighters just don't show up on the main stage. Like I feel like Aldo and McGregor fought again. I don't think it would end that fast, and I think Aldo would have a much better chance.
That was kind of a freak knockout, but when you're a guy like Conor, you do
knockout, stuff. Man. It was a fluky knockout. It happens though. I mean, that's how you build that's how the legend is built.
And let's not get it twisted. Conor might knock out Khabib.
He might.
It could happen.
I don't see it though.
Well, I mean, Khabib comes in for one of those takedowns and Conor hits him. It's over.
He might. I just think that Conor's going to be ring rusty as fuck. There's levels, and I feel like he's basically put himself off of the elite tier because he's been so long out of the octagon that when he actually fights in a real fucking fight. You know, it's different to train than it is to actually fight in a, you know, fucking fight in a arena with all the fucking fans and on a main stage. Like, I know he's a main stage fighter kind of guy, but I think Khabib's gonna eat him alive.
Yeah.
And also there's this beef. You know, they actually have an issue.
A legitimate beef.
We've never seen Khabib beat someone up that he doesn't like yet. And I just think that Khabib could bring out full savage mode on Conor and just bloodbath his ass until the referee like has to stop the fight. And if Conor gets put on the ground against Khabib, that fight won't make it through him. It won't make it. Like, it's over.
No, Khabib will make a point of fucking ending him.
Like, he will throw elbows from the top, cut up Conor, and the referee will be like, all right, this thing is officially over. Like, if he does what he did against Barbosa and, like, wraps his legs around, yeah, he'll make it worse.
Oh, yeah, and he'll give him everything he's got. Back to the Poirier-Alvarez fight, man.
I'm taking, I just gut feeling. I have no statistics or anything to back this up. I'm just going to go with Poirier by knockout.
I'm actually going with Poirier by knockout.
I think Poirier's in a little bit better place right now.
Well, man, and that
I think Alvarez has fought so many fucking. I mean, Alvarez has been fighting forever. Poirier has too, but I just feel like Poirier's in a better spot right now.
I mean, the first time these guys fought, Poirier fucked up Eddie Alvarez pretty bad in the first round. But Eddie Alvarez is a hard guy to finish.
Oh, hell yeah. He is. 100%.
I mean, this is going to be a hell of a fight. Let's not get it twisted either way.
Oh, no. It's one of the most exciting fights of the whole year so far.
Definitely so. So that does our picks.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about. We have an update here on something that we touched on a little bit.
Okay.
Tyron Woodley versus Darren Till is official for UFC 228.
Really? I did not know this. Fuck yeah. What card is that?
September.
Where's it at?
Yes. UFC 228 in September in Dallas.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That's what they say.
Looking forward to seeing that.
Apparently, Colby Covington had a sinus surgery.
So Colby Covington's out. He's out. So
yeah.
It's now Darren Till and Tyron Woodley.
And as much as I hate the interim title, this is complete bullshit again. Colby Covington, according to Joe Rogan, Colby Covington had a sinus surgery, and he would be ready to fight in October.
That sucks.
Instead, somehow, Dana White is stripping him of the title because he won't be ready to fight for a month longer than this fight's scheduled for. And
that decision is starting to be cursed. Like, every single person that gets the title or even gets the interim ends up getting hurt.
First of all, there should have never been an interim.
No, Tyron Woodley never lost his belt, and I'm not going to tell. I refuse to give anyone else the title until Woodley is beaten.
Well, no, he's in sole possession now because they stripped it.
Yeah, well, it should have never even been a thing in the first place.
No, it should have never been. There should have never been an interim title. And second of all, this is stupid. Why would you take Colby Covington's interim belt from him when he's going to be ready to fight in October? He just fucking fought.
I want to see Covington and Till fight each other.
I do too, but there's only one way we're going to see that right now.
Well, I think we're going to see it regardless because, well, no, not because Woodley's going to fucking destroy him.
Whoever wins this fight fights Colby Covington next for the title.
Yeah, it's going to be Tyron Woodley. I've never seen a fight where I thought Tyron Woodley would lose.
No. Just no.
I mean, we talk about pretty much I think we're not every week with Tyron, but we're pretty much bi-weekly, I would say. I think that nobody can stop him. He's the most cerebral, calculated fucking fighter there is. He sees you coming from a mile away, and he plans for you even when you're in like the developmental stages of your career. Remember, did you watch? I think you listened to the same podcast thing I did with Woodley, where he was talking about how he trains and he knows basically every fighter in his division, like from top to bottom. Like he knows like them. Like he even knew Usman. You know, he was keeping up with everybody.
Yeah.
He keeps a mental checklist of like every single fighter that's going to be on the come up, that's going to possibly potentially try to take his title from him.
And he's not just keeping up with these dudes. He knows them in and out, knows all their strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, he's cerebral as hell. That's why he's arguably my favorite fighter, because like he's just so fucking good at everything, and he's so intelligent. I can't wait to watch him fight again. I'm just excited to see him on a card again, because the way Dana White acts, he acts like Tyron Woodley's trash, and so it floors me that he doesn't get the respect he deserves.
Right. I agree with you there. On to another fight that's probably happening. Well, it is happening now. So we talked about this not long ago. There's no date announced for it yet. Contracts haven't been signed. But Cyborg's fighting Amanda Nunes.
Yeah, I think we're probably going to get that near the end of the year.
And this is her last fight in the UFC, according to her.
Yep. Well, it will be her last fight, because Amanda Nunes will fuck her ass up and send her packing.
Well, even if she doesn't, man, they're not able to get her real opponents.
No.
At that weight class. That's the problem.
Laughable opponent.
Well, there really is no one, you know.
I got one for her.
Who?
Throw her up against Kayla Harrison.
Well, the problem with that is Kayla Harrison outweighs her by 30 pounds.
Well, yeah, that'd be a hard weight cut. That'd be a hard weight cut.
Kayla Harrison fights at lightweight.
She's a monster.
She fights at, what's that, 170? Yeah.
She's a monster.
She fights at 170.
She fights at 170?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. That's ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure she fights at 170.
She doesn't look that big.
She's listed on Google at 5'8", 165.
Jesus, what a monster. She is definitely a scary woman. Nobody wants to. I don't think anybody like it really wants to fight her. Like after watching what she did to that poor girl.
That's the problem again, dude. Is there's nobody in this weight class.
I think a lot of people don't want to fight Amanda Nunes anymore either, especially after watching her destroy her best friend's face.
Yeah. That was terrible, dude.
I mean, anyone that's going to break her best friend's face, she's not going to get two shits about what she does to you.
Yeah, Sherdog has Kayla Harrison listed at welterweight at 165.
She's a savage. All right. Any other news?
Yeah, I had one more. I don't remember what it was now, though. It's kind of slipped out for me. It's nothing big. So,
Woodley was pretty huge. I think we might want to end on that note.
Yeah.
T Wood back, baby.
We've been waiting for him to come back for a while. Oh, I know what it was now.
Yeah.
TJ Dillashaw says that Demetrius Johnson verbally agreed to fight him and then backed out.
I mean, maybe. Who cares?
I care a bit, man. I honestly think Demetrius Johnson is afraid to fight TJ Dillashaw.
Well, I mean, it's kind of like the only loss that he's ever against who? Cruz?
Yeah, it was against Dominic Cruz, and it was at bantamweight.
TJ Dillashaw is like another Dominic Cruz type, so yeah, I mean, I can see why you wouldn't want to fight him, because he would definitely tarnish his legacy of his streak. He would probably end his streak, I'd say.
Is there anything inside you that hopes that Henry Cejudo beats him?
I mean, I always kind of love an underdog story. and I always like to see the title, change from time to time. I mean, I would like to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
As far as action goes, man, you can't even bet on a Demetrius Johnson fight. He's such an overwhelming favorite.
I mean, Mighty Mouse is a beast, man. Like, he's so fun to watch. But the biggest knock on him has been, and will probably always be, people say, yeah, but his competition was weak. But, I mean, he can't help who he fights.
It's hard to say that his competition is that weak.
Yeah, we don't know that. I mean, we truly don't know how his competition is because he just cleans them all out.
We thought the same thing about Dominic Cruz, too, until Cody Garbrandt showed and DJ Dillashaw showed up.
Cool. How excited are you about that fucking fight? That rematch is going to be the shit. Are we like a week away?
I think these two dudes probably end up fighting 5 times.
Is that next weekend?
Yeah.
Not this weekend, but next
weekend.
Yeah, let's get it.
I think these guys may end up fighting 5 times.
It could easily happen. Well, they hate each other. It's perfect. I mean, it's going to be good for ratings. There's true beef. Like, they actually hate each other. Like, this isn't like some fake, fabricated deal. Like, this is like a betrayal situation.
Dude, they actually hate each other.
Yeah.
And that last fight was so good. And
it was fantastic. If Garbrandt wouldn't have started showboating and getting off his game, they probably would have went. He
could have finished Dillashaw when he knocked him down.
Well, Dillashaw got saved by the bell, literally. I mean,
that's what happened.
The bell went I think it was like 5 seconds or 6 seconds. He dropped him bad. Like, Dillashaw went down. He was caught. I remember Dillashaw's eyes were like rolled back to the back. They could have potentially called the fight, but Dillashaw was still he was woozy. Like, you could tell, he got rocked.
Well, remember they made him walk back to his stool on his own.
Yeah, and it was hard. Yeah, I remember, but it wasn't.
And he did. And he kind of wandered over there. He didn't take a straight line.
He was wobbly. Yeah, he was wobbly as hell. But I remember Scarborough was smiling at TJ when he got knocked out. It was one of the funniest knockouts ever.
I mean, man, I just have so much fun with these two guys fighting.
Oh, I love it. I love the beef they have between each other, too. And I mean, it's legit beef, too. I mean, I understand both sides.
It just makes it so much more fun when two dudes don't like each other, which is
for real.
Which is why I want to see. Safe. That's why Darren Till versus Colby Covington when it happens, is going to be such a good fight.
Oh, well, I mean, they're basically like the same guy, too. They're kind of similar in how they approach fighting. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a damn good fight when they fight each other.
I mean, the only real difference is Colby's better on the ground and Till has more power, but they fight the same style.
Colby Covington, he gets after you, though.
So does Darren Till, man. He stayed in Stephen Thompson's face the entire fight.
I know. Those guys are fun to watch, man. As much as people don't like them, they're fun to watch. I always will love watching those guys fight. I don't give a shit what they say.
And those guys are really young too.
Yeah.
One thing that is good right now is we have a lot of young studs.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of young prospects on the come up.
I mean, you look at TJ and Cody are so young they could fight 5 times if it comes to it. Colby and Darren Till. Darren Till's 25 years old, man.
Exactly. I know. Young studs.
Colby Covington is 30.
Mixed martial arts is in a great place.
I wouldn't have never guessed that.
It's in a great place right now.
No, did you hear what I said?
Yeah. That's crazy. He must have started late.
Yeah, he just sprang out of nowhere.
All right. Any more news?
Let's wrap this thing up, man. We'll be back here on Tuesday to break down all the action from this sick fight card.
Oh my God, one of the best non-pay-per-views of the year for sure.
Catch us back here next week, same Savage time on the same motherfucking Savage station.
That's right.
We'll catch you back on Tuesday. Stay savage.
Stay savage.